Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect 2. We are in the Amun system. The next one on the list, so to speak. Obviously Egypt themed. Here we have the first planet, Sekhmet. A hydrogen-helium gas giant believed to have entered Amun's system within the last billion years. Sekhmet was the site of an important battle in the Anhur rebellions. When the Eclipse mercenary companies sought to capture the refueling stations to deny the rebels supplies, a fighter ring hiding in Sekhmet's rings ambushed them. Eclipse suffered heavy initial losses, but destroyed 2 rebel carriers and forced them to retreat into FTL. This was considered the high water mark of the rebellion. At no point after the Battle of Sekhmet did the rebels have a victory. Today, Sekhmet is home to refueling stations and a small war memorial in orbit at the planet's L5 Lagrange point. Next up we have Sobek, a hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture. Sobek's low-G moons were the sites of many Batarian labor camps during the Anhur rebellions, generating raw materials for the war. When the slaves were finally liberated by Eclipse, the mercenaries found abysmal conditions, including whole camps that lacked Mass Effect fields to keep the gravity at habitable levels. The widespread bone loss among the slaves was part of their master's final degradation. It could cripple them if they left for a standard gravity world. The plight of the slaves soon garnered galactic media attention, and several charities sprang up to pay for their physical therapy and find them gainful employment. Eclipse, normally reviled for their cutthroat tactics and criminal employees, found themselves painted as heroes. The mercenary company still retains an office on Sobek's moon, Heket, out of nostalgia as much as business strategy. Anhur itself. A garden world with heavy populations of humans and Batarians, Anhur was home to one of the ugliest violations of sapient rights in modern human history. A consortium of corporations and corrupt politicians, fearing Batarian economic competition due to their custom of legal slavery, passed a resolution that abolished the minimum wage, effectively re-legalizing slavery on a human-dominated world. Opponents of the motion quickly turned to activism and violence. A civil war erupted as one side sought to end slavery throughout the system, and another, primarily Batarian faction called the Nahesid, sought to keep the slaves they had. The Anhur rebellions raged from 2176 to 2178. The Nahesid had a significant advantage in ships, labor, and weapons, forcing the Anhur militias to hire mercenary companies to even the odds. In the end, the abolitionists won out, though at the cost of much of their infrastructure. Though Anhur today still has significant natural wealth, it is economically depressed, save for the reconstruction industry. Well, that's a nasty bit of history.
I have detected an anomaly.
Neith. Cold and dry, Neith or Neith has a... Actually, I mean, it should be another Egyptian deity, but one whose name I'm not familiar with. Neith? Neith? I don't know. Neith has a thin nitrogen atmosphere and vast salt flats at its equator, which is warm enough for liquid water to cool during the summer period. The revealed salt is collected and sold to sodium-poor planets for agricultural purposes. During the Anhur rebellions, Neith was a staging ground for Eclipse ships, and was the site of their first defeat, when enemy Nahesid surprised and routed them with a superior force. Some wreckage from the battle can still be found on the planet today. Okay, so that might have to do with the anomaly we found. Bast. A small hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Bast and its moons served as the Eclipse mercenary company's fallback position after their defeat at Neith. Once they had gathered their strength, they leaked a false position to the Nahesid consortium to lure them into a trap, which devolved into a pitched battle. Both sides claimed victory. Nahesid lost more ships, but could afford the setback in a way Eclipse could not. Right, that should only leave one more system. Yeah, the relic system. Wow, another big one. One of the biggest yet, from the first impression I get. Murky Water. Despite the name, Murky Water has yet to show any signs of having water whatsoever. Its name is a literal translation from the original Hanar, who consider murky water a sign of danger. Murky water has a hazy, crushing atmosphere of carbon dioxide and methane, which brings the surface heat to boiling levels. It remains unexploited, its gravity and temperature too high to bother. I see. Fitful Current. Fitful Current was so named because it orbits in retrograde, indicating that it may have been an extrasolar planet that was captured by the relic system's gravity well. Large for a rock planet, Fitful Current has only traces of hydrogen in its extremely thin atmosphere. HANA robominers have recovered some uranium and thorium deposits from its depths. First Land. A hydrogen-helium gas giant believed to be an extrasolar capture. First Land is home to many space stations supporting the ubiquitous refueling platforms. A thriving community of Drell and Hanner make their homes in orbit here, giving the solar system's robominers somewhere to go when the 50-hour days and nights are driving them mad. Island Wind. A large hydrogen-nitrogen gas giant, Island Wind is named for the sweet-smelling land breezes that come off of the archipelagos of Kajay in the evening. As tumultuous as any other Jovian giant, Island Wind has cyclones that span tens of thousands of kilometers. Okay, is there anything interesting in the belt here? Well, there is this tiny little planet. Rough Tide. Well, that's cute. A dwarf planet with a shroud of carbon monoxide and dioxide that keeps it warm. Rough Tide was so named when large veins of platinum and palladium were struck and miners from all over the cluster came in to stake their claims. Hanner police and their Drell enforcers clashed with Krogan and Vorcha in an ugly series of race riots in the late 2170s, and the planet has only grudgingly kept a shaky peace since then. I don't see any large asteroids that could potentially be explored, but let's just make sure. Yeah, well, nothing to see. You're another interesting looking one. Praying Mouth. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, Praying Mouth is a ship-killing enigma, the Bermuda Triangle of the Terminus systems. There are many theories why ships never return from there: undetectable space debris, old disruptor torpedoes and magnetic mines from a long-forgotten war, even miniature black holes. But what is clear is that too many ships have been lost there for it to be happenstance. Travel advisory: due to the large number of ships lost when attempting to discharge their drive cores in Praying Mouth, the relic system highly recommends using First Land's complementary discharge stations instead. And last but not least, we have Beach Thunder. Beach Thunder lives and dies on the price of titanium, the metal being the only reason to come to this frozen rock. A best-selling e-novel, The Hard Stuff, has popularized the story of the miners on the planet. It follows the Hanner and Drell robominers competing with Krogan and Vorcha, who simply put on environment suits and lace the titanium out more or less by hand. As the novel's promotional screed says, accidents are frequent, rivalry is fierce, and vengeance served up fast. Well, okay, let's wait to the mass relay actually. Mass relay. Right, so we have one anomaly left to check out here. Also, whoops, that's not actually what I meant to do. Right. Rodriguez, Carlos, sorry. Again, I don't quite remember why I only explored 20% of this, or only this one system. There must have been a reason at the time. Oh well. Okay, so we have 3 anomalies now to check out later. It's probably enough, but again, I'm just going to save them for later. Okay, here we have Thane's and Garrus's mission. Have Grunt, have Morden. Yeah. Both the cluster we already checked out. Rescue Dr. Kansen. Dr. Kansen? Do I know what this is referring to? Because I kinda don't. Dr. Kansen. Feeling really dumb right now. Guess I'll have to take a look at my... Arator. Oh no, that name does seem familiar. Can I... Yeah, okay. Journal. Right. Thane, go to Citadel. Samara. Right. Iron for an eye. Grant. Morden, Jack. Shadowbroker. Actually. Ah, yes, okay, so that's the arrival mission. Okay. I mean, I have read about that a long time ago, so I feel somewhat excused for not remembering. Obviously, that one I'm going to save for the very end. Also, look at these extremely tiny planets here. So cute. I'm going to explore this entire system last, or at some later point. Shadow Sea we fully explored. Yeah, I'm gonna help Jack eventually. Excuse me for not making that a priority. It's a bit hard to see what systems there, or what clusters there even are, with all these overlapping tooltips, as helpful as they are. A button to temporarily hide them would be appreciated. Well, I mean, I did say that I wanted to help Jacob, right? So let's just go ahead and do it already. Jeez. Seems like I'm done with all the all the side clusters anyway. Okay. Well, as always, I'm gonna take a look at this system first. Laban. Laban is a desert world with sea upon sea of scorching hot iron oxide, wearing away marbleized cliffs. Marbleized? Its atmosphere is thick and layered with significant levels of oxygen trapped under an upper helium layer. Initially, surveyors detected traces of iridium from orbit, only to find a surprising archaeological discovery. The iridium came from bunkers on the surface, blown apart by a dreadnought-class weapon. The logical conclusion was that the civilization on Joab had reached Laban, and its outposts here were destroyed to make their extermination complete. Yeah, it sounds like potentially the Reapers again. Mizraim. The small gas giant Mizraim is primarily hydrogen and methane around a rocky core. There is no remaining trace of the civilization from Joab on Mizraim itself, but debris orbiting the planet indicates that artificial satellites were once in place before being destroyed.
I have detected an anomaly.
Oh, okay. Joab. Joab is a two-moon habitable planet that is most well known for its mass extinction event. Thousands of years ago, Joab was home to a primate-like spacefaring civilization, as well as abundant flora and fauna. However, this can only be deduced from time capsules put into the ground when outside habitation centers. All cities and detectable dwellings were targeted in a massive orbital bombardment that turned them into vapors. The resulting dust shroud killed all photosynthetic life and all fauna dependent on it. Today, humans have recolonized the planet and are rapidly introducing their own species, beginning with cyanobacteria and heterotrophic bacteria, to bring a suitable level of oxygen and nitrogen for respiration. Travel advisory: atmospheric pressure at sea level on Joab is double that of Earth. Visitors with upper respiratory infections, emphysema, cancer, or a history of thoracic surgery should consult their physician before landing on Joab. Well, all these difficult words that apparently are too difficult for me. Right. We have another gas giant from the looks of it. Goliath, I mean. A hydrogen helium gas giant, Goliath's orbit takes it near the system's mass relay, a useful event for drive core discharges and automated helium-3 refueling platforms. Unfortunately, its orbit is currently taking it away from the relay, and it will continue this inconvenience for the next 3 galactic standard years. Oh. Well. Yeah, let's just go to the other system first. If I Cleo? Parnassus. Parnassus. That name sounds familiar. I don't know from where. A boiling hot rock planet with extreme tectonic activity, Parnassus is home to many volcanic mountains. Surface scans reveal several geothermal and solar power stations, tapping the planet's abundant energy. There is no history of the planet or its government in Citadel Council records. Even its proximity to a mapped and recorded planet like Selene, someone must have deleted Parnassus from the database. Given its proximity. I think I might have misread that. Parnassus. Dr. Parnassus? Is that a name from somewhere? I kind of feel like it is. Oh, I might have to look that up. So I don't go crazy. Selene. A mid-sized hydrogen-helium gas giant, Selene has an automated helium-3 refueling station, indicating that this remote system was once inhabited. Its distance from the mass relay and archaic design of the fuel station suggests that the system was mapped by someone who did not go through the relay, but discovered it in independent FTL exploration. Selene is within the frost line of its parent star, where gas giants do not normally form. For this reason, Selene is believed to be an extrasolar capture. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Unfortunately, we don't get any anomalies to follow up on these intriguing bits of information. And finally, here we have Alpha Draconis. 2175 AR2. Still formerly unnamed, this planet is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with 21 moon-sized objects. And finally, 2175
I have detected an anomaly.
Oh, okay. Named after an Asari scientist, this remote planet appears to have been on the list of forbidden mass relays that led to uncharted space. The little data available comes from one far-off probe flyby that reports 2 planets orbiting a white dwarf star. Your own scans yield far more interesting results. The planet is within the habitable zone of the star. It has oceans of liquid water and a thin nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, consistent with carbon-based plant life. It is possible this is an as-yet unexplored garden world. Oh, that is quite rare, I suppose. Scan.
MSV Hugo Gernsback, registration BW4610034087. Impact and unscheduled suborbital deceleration recorded. General distress. MSV Hugo Gernsback, registration BW4610034087. Impact.
I have found something.
Right. I mean, the Gernsback is of course the ship we're looking for, so without further ado, yes, we also have her new outfit to check out, which is not much different from her normal one, unfortunately. It's also, due to the lighting, it's a bit hard to tell. I don't know, actually I think I might like her standard outfit better. I'm just gonna switch it over to maybe take a look at it next time I see her. Well, Jacob of course, and I guess we're gonna go with, I don't know, maybe Miranda, because, well, they're the closest thing to friends, I guess. I mean, at least colleague. They have been colleagues for a while, right? I can't think of anyone who would be closer to Jacob, or actually, could I? No, you know what? Kasumi said that she found him cute, right? I seem to remember that she mentioned being interested in him. Perhaps. Okay, now I maxed this out, and I said that I was going to go for the heavy incinerate for sure. I mean, it feels a little bit underpowered as is, so I'd rather have it hit as hard as it possibly can. Right, I've also not used Jacob in a while. Whoops. That said, I might want to save some points for his barrier, which is about to unlock. I don't know. This will take exactly 10 points to max out. Yeah, I guess I'm going to not spend any of his points yet. Similarly, I could... Well, actually I'm going to max out Shadow Strike, because that's just so cool. And everything else is probably going to go into her loyalty skill. Deadly Shadow Strike, Rapid Shadow Strike... what? Increases the damage and reduces the cooldown by 80%. If the target is killed. Oh, okay. Only if it's killed. By 80%. Well, you know, that means that she's going to use it more often. Of course, with it dealing less damage, the chances of the target actually being killed by it also decrease, but... yeah, still I'm gonna go with that. If it means that she can potentially chain Shadow Strikes, that's pretty cool.
Run a scan of the ship. I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
Right. I mean, we didn't really expect to find Jacob's father alive. So there's that. Also, yeah, 10 years ago Jacob's father disappeared along with the Hugo Gernsback, a privately held frigate on which he served as first officer. Last week, the ship's beacon sent out a distress call reporting a crash on the planet Aya. Right. So, primarily here to find out why it... Okay, we're back. My computer just crashed. Like, crashed completely. Completely froze in the middle of recording, which is great. Thankfully, I mean, I guess I was lucky insofar as... the recording was could basically be restored up to the point where it happened. I think I might have lost less than a second. So I was just about to say that we're not here to find, or not here really hoping to find Jacob's father alive, which seems unlikely. But at least we're going to try and find out why the ship only started broadcasting its distress signal now, of all times. Right. Also, we learned about Aya.
Humans detected Aya as an Earth-type world via telemetry in 2165. After probe surveys indicated life, lush vegetation, ample fresh water, and breathable air, the Alliance upgraded the planet to a garden world colonization priority. Commanded by Captain Ronald Taylor, the crew of Alliance survey vessel Hugo Gernsback made planetfall on the jungle world in 2173. Soon after, ship transmissions inexplicably stopped. While the precise fate of the Hugo Gernsback command and crew is unknown, they are presumed killed in action and their vessel destroyed.
Right. I mean, I guess that was the information up until quite recently. And we're going to see if we can add anything to that. Just making sure that ammo powers are still active. And they are. Okay. Well then. Let's see where... I mean, obviously we're supposed to head for the ship, but... it doesn't hurt to take a look at the scenery.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
Yeah. And Edie said that she didn't detect any life signs.
Looks like it was stripped after the crash. They'd have tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
Right. Spare parts. And an obvious hologram. Down the road. Partial officer's log.
wrong with us anymore. We've done horrible things to the crew. The conditions they're in, they don't understand what we're doing to them. Distract them for 2 seconds and they forget what you did before the bruises show. It's got to stop. I'm talking to the others as soon as...
Okay. So that was the son officer, but I assume not Jacob's father, or he would probably
Repeat, toxology alert.
reacted.
Danger of rapid neural decay. Local flora chemically incompatible with human physiology. Override. Beacon resumed. Pause time 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours.
Okay, so almost 9 years. Close anyway.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
Well, yeah, let's listen to all of that, of course.
Who's in command of this ship? Where are the survivors?
Captain Harris Fairchild reported killed following unscheduled suborbital descent. First Officer Ronald Taylor promoted in-field to acting captain.
But where is he now?
The location of the remaining crew of the Hugo Gernsback is unknown. This beacon has been unattended for several maintenance cycles.
Yeah, no kidding.
I assume unsafe deceleration refers to the crash. Give me the details.
Following an unspecified impact and sublight drive failure, the Hugo Gernsback made an unscheduled descent at 465% of theoretical recommended suborbital velocity. The Hugo Gernsback then decelerated at 782% of theoretical recommended approach velocity, sustaining significant damage to investment and crew.
Local food impairs brain functions? What are the effects?
Impairment of mental function due to chemical imbalance begins within 7 days of ingesting local flora, regardless of decontamination or preparation. Impact on higher cognitive abilities and long-term memory is cumulative, but significant within a standard month. It is not known if neural decay is permanent. Data collection was not completed.
So maybe, I mean, this does seem to suggest that the crew, or part of the crew, might have survived, but might have devolved into something? I don't know. Thus neglecting their normal duties and failing to activate the beacon. But why is it active now? That's still... yeah.
Why wasn't the beacon activated before now?
This emergency beacon became functional after 358 days, 12 hours, following the unscheduled suborbital descent of the Hugo Gernsback. Activation was triggered remotely after 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours, on the authority of acting captain Ronald Taylor. Pause in beacon protocol is recorded as record deleted.
Well, okay.
Come on, let's get going.
Let's check the ship. My father had the beacon for almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
There's no way he could avoid eating something grown on this planet.
Yeah, I guess not for that long. Is there any reason? Oh.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
Please explain?
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will come.
Watch out!
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
We've got company.
Awesome. Why would you possibly choose to not
Cloaking.
save her? Why does that require a Paragon action? Seeing that something bad is about to happen, and not pushing her out of the way seems like a renegade action by default. Just by virtue of doing nothing. Maybe that's just me. Also, there are a lot of them. Are they all former crew members? I guess they must be. A ship of this size must have a pretty sizable crew.
On you go. So, that's neural decay, huh? They just seemed regular old crazy to me.
Yeah,
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very wrong.
I mean, he must be affected as well, right? Maybe some just go crazy and go feral, as it were, and others just have trouble concentrating, like her.
You killed them, but there are more every day. They want to fight, but I just want to go home.
She's lost it. We need to find someone who can make sense of this.
Yeah, if we can find someone here, someone like that here. Okay, anyway, I mean, good thing I did check here, huh? Instead of just heading for the ship as was recommended. Well, it doesn't look like they were using any standard thermal clips, unfortunately. Oh, wait. There is a path that continues. Strip neck. No, I don't know what to believe. Guess I'm going to check the ship. I mean, at least it looked like a way in. So, this almost looks like a path, but it's not. I mean, it certainly looks like a way in, yeah. But apparently the objective points the other way, so this must only be a side area. Oh yeah, for sure.
She even threatened to report if I didn't stop sending messages. But now she's so innocent. They all are. And the look she gives when she smiles. It's sure easier now. What's the harm? We're stuck here.
That's not very helpful. Oh, also, still need some money, I think. So better not mess this up. Oh, missed my opportunity there, but here's the next one already. And this one, nice.
Luxury of due process, but this isn't a military ship. Just bumping the command line up a notch doesn't work. Captain Fairchild knew this crew. His replacement doesn't command the same level of respect. I'm hoping the man has it in him.
Also not extremely helpful. Doctor's log. That could be more interesting.
What was her name? Sarah? Suzanne. My God, I can't remember. I can't remember her face. We need to get out. So I can remember. Can think straight. They have to hurry.
Or not. Okay, well. It's all not very encouraging. Coming? Well, Kasumi isn't, but I guess she'll find us in time. No, seriously though, where is she? Oh. That strip neck. Is that only going to give us some cash?
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure.
Okay. I don't know why I had trouble walking.
Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beat.
Right. They look normal enough from far away, at least. Hi.
They're wearing the same uniform as the ones who attacked us, but they don't look ready for a fight.
I guess they are all female. Not that I really realized at first, but...
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
That would make sense. But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
Do they really look that similar? I mean, I don't know many people who look exactly like their father or similar enough to, I don't know, evoke this kind of reaction. I sure don't look much like my father.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Yeah.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Whatever's happening here needs to stop.
I mean, I guess they had to they needed to eat something, right?
Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
Yeah.
Go away. You are like him. You will keep us here.
He has a cruel face. His cruel face. I can't talk to you. I don't want punishing.
Understandable. Although... punishing by who?
What the hell?
Statue?
Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Didn't even realize this was supposed to be a statue. Looks more like modern art to me.
He keeps us, protects us, and we please him like he demands. The hunters will kill you. They fight because he exiled them and waited too long.
He is bad. He has a bad face like the other. Like him. You'll hurt me.
No, I won't. Unless you attack me, of course. Then, well... let's just hope that doesn't happen. What? Excuse me? We got the next fight? And I wasted one of my precious remaining bullets.
Weapons are forbidden.
Well, it's fine.
Cloaking.
Easily enough.
Your captain's commands obeyed. Weapons are forbidden.
Well, that's...
He
Shadow
did
Strike
this to
was
his
hardly
own
necessary.
men? Who the hell are we dealing with here?
Well, that would make them hate him. But maybe it was just for defense.
Yeah. Oh, hey. At least I dropped some ammo.
Please, here. You could end it. You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Wow, that's... yeah, I mean... I guess Jacob knows his father better. But, I mean, this sounds pretty clear what happened here, and, well, it's not pleasant. Yeah, I guess it doesn't explain 10 years, necessarily. Obviously something went wrong, other than, you know, Captain making a terrible decision. I mean, obviously it's a pretty terrible situation to begin with, so I don't know. Tough to say what could have been done otherwise.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Yeah, maybe the toxins affected everyone, even though they didn't eat stuff. I don't know.
Anything in there about whether the effects of the toxic food can be treated?
Nothing. But it seems like the right call. If everyone gets it, who's left to fix the beacon? You'd never get out. But they did fix it. And the signal wasn't sent until now. I'm starting to see why.
Do you?
Does it say why he separated the men and the women? Or is it as bad as it seems?
No, it turns to gibberish. Maybe the men got violent early on, but from the state of this place, I'd say the Hunter thing is recent. What he allowed here, Shepard? I don't see any justification.
Yeah, me neither.
We haven't seen any other officers. He killed them?
There were 5 after the crash. Medical, engineering, bridge staff. Should have had no problem fixing the beacon and keeping people safe. All killed within the same week. About a month after the beacon was repaired.
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
Yeah. Oh, hey there. Set to explode too. Clear this, sure. I guess that's one way to get through. Oh, yeah. That's not the one I was thinking of. Oh, there it is. Okay, better get away. There's also potentially something I missed back here. So I didn't see explore this corner.
Thank God you're here. My crew went insane. I only just got free.
God damn it, it's really him. Just got free, he's covering his ass.
Yeah, well. Maybe I should have explored this before. This, well, whatever. Some salvage might be all there was here in the first place. Looks like it. Yep. Okay, well, let's just pretend that message, that sound recording or whatever, triggered as we went through here, as it was intended. More dead bodies, or actually, well, the first dead body's not caused by us.
Ah, it looks like that dried up body was left as a warning. These newer ones were just dumped here.
The hunters started fighting back.
Firing.
What?
Eyes ahead!
Excuse
Stun
me.
him!
Yeah, you guys can take that one.
Rerouting power.
Careful. I automated my defenses after the crew turned violent. They keep attacking. I had no choice.
He had plenty of choices. A little late to blame his victims.
Yeah, again, nothing seems to explain the 10-year gap in everything. Excuse me. Excuse me. Get stuck, Shepard. That makes sense. Okay. I should
Have a nice trip!
Can't do
lay
that
low
right
for a
now.
moment here.
Excuse me.
Something still alive? Oh, okay. For a second there, I thought that was still crawling or something. I would appreciate if they
Excuse me.
come around the corner here. I guess not.
Come on over!
Loki next.
Collision proximity warning.
Okay. Seems like that's it for the moment. Yeah, burned through quite a bit of ammo here. we're getting some of it back.
Hostile!
And there are more. So, of course there are.
Gravity's one mean mother, huh?
Impact imminent. Allied force casualty.
Oh, hey. There as well. Oh, someone's half dead already. Hardly worth a bullet.
Rerouting power. System failing.
There. Let's finish this already.
Now you see me.
I've got him.
Can't do it. Alert.
Yeah!
Get more. And that's it. Well, at least there are like plenty of thermoclips back there. Oh hey, heavy pistol.
This looks interesting.
Nice.
Excuse me. Going dark.
Could you please take care of the enemies?
Excuse me. Oh! Excuse me.
Right. Yes, you are.
Careful.
You can do it.
Backup systems engaged.
Come on. Jacob, are you not fighting? Oh, Kazumi's down. Really? Jacob, what are you doing? Can you please
Right!
shoot it?
Get over here. Sure thing.
Impact event.
Just shoot it.
Impact
What are you
event.
doing?
Impact
There.
I had to keep them
Jesus.
busy, distracted, but it's getting dangerous. Thank God you've come.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it all seems to indicate that, but I don't know. I see another twist coming, although I can't quite think of what exactly it might be. Okay, wasn't sure if I've missed anything over here. Guess not. Oh, of course. Yet more.
Gear up!
I almost wish they'd
Excuse me.
throw one of those heavier tanks at me for a change.
Collision proximity warning.
Threat neutralization initiated.
Oh, that was a bit risky. I could have hit something. Like, I don't know what those are. Tree? No. First I thought they were trees. Then just some metal bars.
Got him!
Kazumi, if you could take some cover, yeah.
Rerouting power.
Something
Backup
like that.
systems engaged. Rerouting power. System failing.
There we go.
It took years to train my guards. I'm afraid you'll have to fight them to rescue me.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father.
Okay, well, there go my ammo problems, for the time being at least. And this looks like a place of a major battle, if I ever saw one.
Up front!
Up front? Oh, more hunters, I guess. Actually, I'd like to take some better
Have
cover.
a nice trip.
Think I got them?
Cloaking.
I would really prefer not to take cover behind one of these fragile crates. Oh, hey, there's my heavy mech. Just what I have been looking for. Could you please reload first? Well, that wasn't very successful. Yeah, this thing is pretty tough.
Defense systems active.
That's not the right button.
Online.
I didn't mean to incinerate it, but
Kill, but I will stop you.
I guess it works. One person left. Come out. Come out. Or just die.
enough with the toys. I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
What's up there? Oh. Some kind of tower in the distance. Well, oh come on, not again. I managed to get stuck like once in this way, or twice actually. I even recorded one of the times it happened, but had to restart for some reason or another. This is really bizarre. I don't know why this keeps happening. I mean, okay, it has happened 3 times in a total of what? Well over 30 hours of game time, so yeah. But this is really unfortunate. I don't know what causes it, and I don't quite know where. Yeah, I can't even talk anymore. I don't quite know what to do about it. Is there anything I can think of other than reloading? Can restart? No. Autosave. This most likely is, yeah, this is the start of this fight. In the interest of just not wasting too much time, I'm just going to go ahead and reset this, basically. Redo this fight. Maybe do it a bit better. Yeah, that's so bizarre when that happens, when it always happens, seems to happen the same way. Like, I accidentally try to walk up some minor obstacle and, where even am I? Oh wait, this was after the fight. Okay then, that's obviously much preferred. Yeah, just, you know, some minor collision box like this. Shepard tries to walk up it, and gets like transported to a a higher plane of existence, so to speak. I don't know, something about weird collision boxes is weird. Whatchamacallit? Geometry, game geometry, collision, yeah, something like that. I don't know. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, this is, I don't know. If it's something about my computer, about my installation of the game, this is bizarre. Does this happen to other people? I guess it must. Maybe I'm just extremely unlucky for it happening twice in a row. I guess I should just not get close to any objects. In this area here, at least. Autosave, yes. Well. Yeah, I guess that's another thing I'll have to Google if that happens to more people. Okay, right, let's steer clear of any weird angles. Just collect the things I want to collect. Like any thermal clips that I can get my hands on. Okay, where's the PDA? Oh, right here. And it's just more credits. It's just save here, so I don't have to redo that again. As soon as I get stuck on some random rock. I mean, I assume that's Jacob's father? Does he really look that similar, though? Not at this distance. Donald Taylor. Well...
You're here. I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pads. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to know Jacob. I still don't know if he's being affected by whatever toxins there are here, or he just went crazy. Just, you know, the normal way.
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
What?
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
It didn't seem like a good idea, you say? Yeah, right.
What happened to the other officers?
Anders found his conscience a little late to step back. He had an accident. Things got tense. End of the day, I was the one with the mechs. I got a little basic in setting examples. But I was kind to my people once things settled down. Seemed like I'd earned some peace.
You fought over people like they were toys. Things.
The stores from the ship couldn't last forever. You had to know this would end one day.
Dining for one can really stretch things out. Besides, I can think of a lot worse retirement plans than stripping down and joining the droolers. That was before the hunters, of course. Dumb or not, I'd feel it if they got their hands on me now. They want blood. I'd prefer to keep it.
It's all about you. Everything.
Well, I'm just at a loss for words here. This guy is something else.
You didn't feel any responsibility to get out of here for the sake of family?
I gave him a good start. He was a smart kid and was better off not following me. We figured that out a long time before I took jobs in deep space. And after things escalated here, it seemed best to just disappear off the galactic map.
Until you needed someone to save your ass.
What triggered the males to change and threaten you?
This planet has some strange cycles to it. I've seen some plants around I never saw before. Odd weather. Maybe some just adapted a little too well.
And if you treat them like animals, big shock. They become animals.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure we can undo the damage. Of course, we're going to try.
There's no way I'm letting this slide, Taylor. A price will be paid.
How much? What kind of math can balance these lives? His life isn't worth pulling the damn trigger.
Yeah, it's also not going to change a thing.
I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
We'll secure him for an alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
Yeah, right.
I'm 10 years
for
past believing that.
Also, what's up with these people? Why did they silently sneak up on us or approach? I don't know. Weird. Survivors from how'd they call it? Aya? Are being treated by Alliance personnel with additional server support. Pleased to see Taylor unharmed psychologically by experience. Jacob Taylor has dealt with his father and is now focused solely on the mission. Well, I guess at least there's that. We're one more side mission away from another level up. Jacob's power creates a shield that soaks huge amounts of damage. Sure, could come in handy. Jacob, new outfit. Heavy pistol damage, right? 30,000 credits, not bad. Some ESO. Cool. And I'm also pretty much at about an hour with the pre-crash footage, I think. Well, we'll see though. Might read any new messages and buy the upgrade before I forget. Oh, or...
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Better be? I don't know. Why though?
Don't even give him the taillights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
Okay.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
Maybe I should have taken her on the mission then. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't have made a big difference. She might have commented on a few things, but then again, Kasumi actually had a lot to say during the mission, so I'm still okay with my choice.
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Well, at least there's that.
You had no idea Miranda was behind this?
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
If you say so.
Come on, we've got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard, thanks for the help.
Anytime, Jacob.
Well. Alright, let's take this way. I mean, I'm not sure if there's more to talk to him about. I guess I might as well check out. Okay, AP heavy pistol. Plus 50% heavy pistol damage against armor. Right. Don't see why not. Okay, cool.
Thanks for diverting to the Gernsback, Shepard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. And don't worry, it will not affect how I do my job. It's over.
I'm interested in getting to know you better.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks,
We'll
Shepard.
talk
What do you mean already?
Commander.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I did get to know him better. A little bit, at least.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Of course I did. A pleasure to meet you. From Admiral Darozan Vaz-Moray. Shepard Vaz Normandy. I've been digging through the Alarai. Just wanted you to know that I did find a few things from the experiments Relzora was conducting. Had you shared them with me, humanity might have reaped the benefits. Instead, once my own experiments are complete, you and your people will watch from a distance as the Quarian people reclaim not just their homeworld, but the largest synthetic army in the galaxy. Relzora's death will not have been in vain. I will complete what he started. Cordially, Admiral Darozan Vaz-Moray. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Anything else? I mean, this episode is already a bit over time, but feel like I want to check at least, or check in with Joker to finish this level of the ship, basically. Not sure if I want to make a full round to see if anyone has anything new to say yet.
That, the stuff with Jacob's dad, it's bullshit, right? Because it looked like bullshit to me.
Well, I'm afraid it all happened the way it did. If that's what you mean.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
Yeah. Okay. With that, I guess I'm just going to end the episode here, because why not? I always do it in the same old boring old place, right? So, as always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.